Not really, because it's very fluid. It's very fluid. The good news is we got a lot of guys that still, vying for different spots, and obviously based on how the competition ended going into the first game will determine who goes out there first. But then from there it'll be based on who's playing the best, week in and week out. And everybody says that, but we're really trying to live by that. If a kid's playing well, he'll continue to get more snaps, and if a kid's earning playing time, they'll continue to play. But if a kid's not living up to the standard that we've established, then obviously we'll go to the next one. That depth is kind of afforded us that right now.
I probably didn't ask this, but what do they bring offensively, just scheme-wise?
Well, I mean, they have spread principles. They have some tempo in their scheme, where they can go fast. They're trying to spread you out to create some running lanes. Their running backs, I think, are really sharp. They can make guys miss and, can go the distance. The quarterback that they're going to start played, obviously, a few games last year. Seems to be very, very athletic, but yet has a strong enough arm to make some plays. So, I mean, they're a challenge. They're ranked in the country for a reason. They're going to come in here and give us their best shot, and the key for us is obviously they get our best shot.
What's kind of Nelson's strengths?
He's long. He has really good length, very good wingspan, and he's extremely fast. I mean, he can run. His biggest deal will be just continue to play with great pad level, to be able to help us against the run. And if he's able to do that, we feel good about the type of season that he can have.
How's your approach with a quarterback who's only played in a few games versus a veteran quarterback?
Yeah, well, obviously you assume that their playbook might not be as vast as it would be if they had a veteran guy in there. But at the same time, we understand that because of his skill set that we saw last year, he's extremely athletic. He's played in some big games for him last year. I don't know that it's just like playing a guy who's never taken a snap. So, we're looking at this as if, he is a returning starter because we've got some games where we've seen him play. And just understanding that he's a good enough athlete to make some guys miss. And we anticipate those guys using him in the run game as well.
What do you like best about your defense coming out of the camp? Is it the depth?
Yeah, I like the depth up front. I like the competition that they have up front right now from the interior guys with Tico Powell, Tysma, Chunky Clements. I like the fact that those guys are all continuing to battle and push each other to get better. Because to me, we're going to live and die, what we do up front. If those guys play at the level that we think we're capable of playing, it should bode well for the orange and blue guys.
You probably answered this already, but how do you anticipate their run game, and they spread the offense really well? How are you going to stop that up front?
Well, I mean, we got to have great gap conscious. We got to do a great job of controlling our gaps, making sure that we understand where the pressure is coming from, and guys making sure they have contained on the ball. So it's what we'll do week in and week out. It's just really, taking ownership of our gaps. I mean, that's the bottom line. They're going to spread you out. If the quarterback becomes a part of the run game like we anticipate, we probably need to add another guy to the box.
In a worst-case scenario that there are some holes in the defensive line, how do you feel about the returning secondary? I mean, you've got everyone coming back.
Yeah, I mean, those guys have played quite a bit of football. We're going to utilize those guys in some different sets, in terms of pressing and bailing and, some man concepts. So, if I feel good about what they've done, thus far in camp, but we also understand that, we'll know a little bit more after Saturday.
And what is the confidence in the defensive line? I know there's problems with the rushing defense last year, but now you've got all these guys coming back and new JUCO guys coming in.
Yeah, the confidence is there. Like I said, it's a clean slate for everyone. We don't talk a lot about, what happened last year. And I say this all the time, some people think it's coach speak, but, some of the other places I've been, we won championships and played a tremendous amount of defense. Guys will say, well, you got to feel good. Well, not really, because they got to do it again this year. So that's the same premise I take now. We don't worry about as much what happened last year. We worry about what we can control now, and that's how we go about our business as we go into this first game.